Howdy, folks. It's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. And we are on vacation. We're going to talk a little bit about a game that I played on my vacation. We'll do a playthrough later. We'll do an unboxing later. But right now, we're just going to show you the thing that I played on my vacation. It was a lot of fun. Gate by Jason Glover. He's a designer. This is available on The Game Crafter. It's a print on demand, build on demand. Cost about $22, $23. Which was like, wow, for a little tin game, that's actually a decent price. It's a lot of fun. So for 22, 23 bucks, this is what you get. So let me zoom in so you can see it better here. That's probably a little too close. So that's pretty much what you see inside the game. There are two different size cards. Here's the titular card, the Gate. Now, I call this game a lot the Gate. Technically, it's just Gate. Expansion is called Gates. But the main card is the Gate. If this is destroyed, you lose. All right? There's two ways to lose. This card and another thing can happen. Okay, I'm going to pour out all these contents. There's the small cards, the big cards. There's 4 dice and 10 damage tokens. These red little crystal things. Oops, can you not see them there? Yeah. That's for marking damage on monsters. These dice are not for rolling. These are for marking damage on your buildings. So the tower has 2 spots of 6 point each. You're playing hardcore mode. All buildings only have 5 per dice. So you have less thing. Here's your gate. Doesn't do anything special, but if it's destroyed, you lose. There's the farm. It has 6 health. If you lose it, you lose this bonus on purchasing things. The tower, if it dies, you lose your bonus on 1 attack per turn. You can get a +1. Those are your buildings. You use these dice. You put them on the 6s. You do that kind of thing. I'm not going to do it for all of them, but this is your pyramid. It's a pun on pyramid with fear. But this is the tracking. You use this cube here to, you're not seeing that. Let me move this over. You get fear against you. You can do calm actions to bring it back down. There's effects on it. It can attract a hero to help defend you as the fear goes up in the community, or it can damage certain one of your buildings' bonus. All right. There's special things you can do. These are commands that you can pay coins for. Normally, you want to pay coins to recruit dudes. The cards, big ones, have the rules on them. There's 9 cards. That's 18 card pages. So this would probably be a 2-3 page rule book if it was out printed. This explains hard card mode. The hard card on this has slightly different effects. It's less forgiving. There's less heroes that show up. There's no blank space, more damage. The rules just tell you how to play, and there's a sequence of play on there. There's a sequence of play on the back of this, but I like to leave this up to see, and I usually leave this with an eyesight here so I can see the sequence of play. All right, what other kind of cards are there? I mentioned spending money. Well, you start with 3 cards in your deck. It's a deck building game. Guard, Monk, and Farmer. See, it has an S on it. Starting card, that's your original deck. You get 3 cards a turn, so you're going to draw these cards at the start, and as you buy more citizens or attract heroes, those go into your discard pile when you first get them, and then they'll shuffle through. And heroes, I'm going to jump to heroes. So here's all these citizens that you can recruit. Okay, I sort of mixed up the order of some of these. All right, and then there's 5 heroes. Heroes are 1 use only. You attract them from encountering fear. They go into your discard pile. They eventually shuffle into your deck. I'm gonna zoom out a little more. These are one-time use, but they have big effects, like lots of money, lots of calming, lots of repairs, lots of fighting. Or this guy, He's a jack of all trades. He only has one strength in each. Each card can only be used for one of these values per turn, so he's not real powerful, but he can do anything. But special effect, when he shows up, you draw him, you can draw 2 more cards that turn. So that's really powerful. All right. These are all the other various character citizens that you can recruit. When you first buy them, you put them in your discard pile. They'll eventually shuffle through. They cost anywhere between 2 and 6 gold to recruit. Characters have 1, 2, 3, even 4 abilities. They range from 1s, 2s. Some of you know, one of these guys has a 3, the champion. She's kick butt. 3 fighting skill. That's the highest for a normal citizen. That knight, the hero, had a 4, but he's a one-time use. And there's some like special effects. The blacksmith doesn't fight himself, but he can double the damage of another character. Guardian's expensive, but he's pretty powerful. Mercenary's cheap, but he can repair that. Here, Swindler. This card is special mention. This is one of the valuable citizens. He's a jack of all trades, but when you draw him, you can draw 1 more card. So it costs 4 to recruit, but if you can get him into your deck, every time you draw him, you get to draw 1 more bonus card. So he's kind of like that Traveler dude, but the Traveler dude is only one-time effect, but he gets to draw 2 extra cards. So that's their special abilities. You can use it again. It's generate money, repair things. This is calming effect. The eyeball, and I'll show you the reason that. And so again, he can only generate money, whereas this guy could repair or you can always use this. So he could repair or generate money, and he's going to double someone else. All right. The monsters are right here. They have the similar structure, except different. This number at the top is not their cost. This is their amount of victory points if you kill them. Now, sometimes monsters, you're going to kill them, and other times they're going to get pushed off. The monsters show up. You start getting monsters advancing. You can have no more than 2 active at a time. If a third monster would come onto the board, the farthest left monster will be pushed off. He gets a parting shot at 1 damage on your gate, but then he's eliminated and you don't score any points for him. Whereas if you kill him yourself, you put him on the side here to show that you get that number of victory points. So they have a health score. That's what you put these things on. They damage a certain kind of a building. So they either damage the gate, the tower, or the farm. They may or may not generate fear. So that eyeball is fear on a monster, and it's calm on a citizen or a hero. Okay, so they're parallel up or down the pyramid. All right. This guy's special. He's got an asterisk next to his damage. He does 1 damage to each location: tower, farm, and gate. And if any one of those locations, if there's ever a location that's been totally destroyed, the farm or the tower, and the monster would damage that, they would just damage the gate instead. So he's hitting all the buildings. Very nasty. So some guys do multiple fear, some do multiple hits on a certain item, some just do 1. Okay, so that's the variety of monsters that you're fighting, trying to kill them off, to score points, prevent them from damaging you, prevent calling it fear. As you take fear on the pyramid, as the thing gets pushed up, if it comes onto a sun symbol, that means heroes hear about your woes and your turmoil, and they will show up. You'll draw a random hero out of the hero deck. You'll put it in your discard pile. They won't show up yet until you draw them. Damage the farm, damage the tower, damage the gate, no effect, and boom, if you get to the top, you lose. So that's the 2 ways to lose. Your gate's destroyed, or you get to the top of the pyramid. Now, calming moves you back down. So you're going up, left to right, up, left to right, left to right, like this. If you ever reach there, you're dead. But if you're somewhere in here, you can do calming to push it back down. When you push it back down, you don't generate this effect. But let's say it was on here, and you reduced the calm by 2, did the calm, be all the way down here. If it then increases again, it would be able to land on that sun again. You'd be able to get another hero. There's 5 heroes. There's only 3 hero spots on here, but by doing calming and having it go back up the pyramid, you could potentially recruit all 5 heroes in a game. Okay, so that's it. That's in a nutshell. We're not going to do a playthrough, film a separate one or a show a partial playthrough, but this is just the nitty bitty pieces of all those things that fit in this little tin. You know, you've got the rules on cards. You've got play aids, explaining how to do hardcore mode, an advertisement, your actual play surface where you keep track of your damage using the dice. You don't roll the dice for anything. Your pyramid, it's your morale, how panicky, or like Call of Cthulhu, it'd be kind of like your insanity points or whatnot. You have your starting hand. You recruit guys. The way the recruiting works, you have a market. You have a deck here. You always have out 4 guys at a time. I didn't show that real quick. All right. So this would be the sort of the tableau of guys available. You could buy from here. So if you, say, for example, you've recruited the minstrel, you paid the 2 gold to get them on your side. You put them in your discard pile. Show up later. And then you would fill in the spot and expose a new one. And let's say the next turn, you recruit the craftsman because he's 3. To start, you're going to have to recruit cheap guys, and then you flip that over, etc. Now, if you get to a point like, oh my God, these are all expensive, I don't want them, there's commands here. You can pay money to just fortify 1 extra, or calm, or do 1 damage, or caravan, which you can pay 1 gold to say, I'm going to discard those guys and grab 4 new ones to come out. So like, it was like, oh my God, these are awesome, but I just can't afford them. I don't really like the druid. Ratcatcher's worth getting if you can, because he's got 3 different abilities, including a 2 thing. So he's worth it if you have 4. But maybe you're in a point like, I'm stuck. I don't really want this guy. I need someone who can fight. I need someone who costs only 2 or 3. You might pay 1 to discard all those. So, all right. So, rambling on. I wanted to keep this to 10 minutes. I'm up to about 13. So, Meandering Mike, Man Cave of Madness, on vacation. This is not an unboxing. This is not how to play. This was a, let's explore what I play. Let's talk about this little fun game that I got, and all that fits tightly back in there. I won't show you how I did it, but I basically have the small cards here, the red life tokens here, the dice across the top, the silver cube there, and then put the larger cards on top. Boom, and there you go. Game in. I played it twice. Very close each time. First time, if I didn't kill the last guy, I was going to die that very turn. And the second time I played it, if I didn't kill them, I would die probably the next turn. I could get lucky on the next turn after and kill it, but it was very close both times. So, haven't tried the hard mode yet. And of course, I haven't opened this up yet, so I haven't tried it with the expansion, but that's something I'll do on my vacation. I'm going to take another week of vacation. So, Gate, Jason Glover, available from the Game Crafter for about $22.99, I think it is, or $23.99. Anyway, so remember, folks, take care of your games, and they'll take care of you. Ciao, y'all.